I got fed something on my feed this morning that messed me up a little bit. It was a TikTok video of a fella talking about how Netherlands has banned and has gone ahead and removed all of the artificial turfs, where people play soccer and other sports, I suppose, but particularly soccer, because there was a link, correlation between artificial turf and some cancers in children between the ages of 5 and 15. Basically, kids that go out and start playing soccer. They've noticed a spike in recent times, and they've linked it all back to the artificial turf. Now, what's about the artificial turf that's causing all these troubles? Well, they are saying that, I didn't know about any of this. So artificial turf is essentially a fake grass, but in order for that surface to be somewhat softer and not just, straight soil, can you imagine how many injuries you would have to the knees and ankles if you were running just on soil, and then some carpet over the top, which they're calling fake grass. So what they've been doing is they've been pouring this rubber compound, essentially gym flooring that's been milled to a fine, marble kind of size. So all over the place. Underneath the grass, you would have this. And also they found a link that there was more incidence of cancer, CA, particularly lymph cancers, so lymphomas, and also blood cancers like leukemias. And they found a spike amongst the soccer children. They found a spike in goalkeepers because keepers are diving down to the ground. Maybe they're getting some on their face, on their lips. They're handling a lot of the ground contact. So they did a bit of an investigation. They found a link between the compounds used in rubber, and they've gone ahead and they've said, look, this is a hazard, health hazard. They removed it. So I don't know why social media fed me this, but it's been on my mind ever since I installed the mat. So I was well aware that it was going to have some sort of off smell, and I thought it was going to just evaporate eventually, and that's it. I was kind of looking at, it might be a respiratory kind of irritant. You might feel a bit of nausea, some headaches, but I had no idea that there was links with cancer. So naturally, I did a bit of a deeper dive into this. Pulled up the studies which they were talking about, read those studies, and then read a whole bunch of other stuff about the US and how they've deemed it safe. Everything rolled into one. I basically got a headache from it. Went into the garage, started working out, and then my daughter comes out and starts running around, and I just couldn't get it out of my head that whatever, me, that's fine, but it's such a hard decision when you got kids running around. If this was just me, okay, maybe I can put up with it. Maybe, I'll monitor the symptoms and I'll I'm a nurse, right? So I'll be more vigilant of it. But my kids are rolling around in it ever since I got the gym flooring. They've been spending a lot of time on it, like literally take the shoes off and running around playing basketball, rolling around playing with toys. So I'm not doing that. Like I'm standing and walking around on it, but they are. So that started bothering me. I went through the workout today. I was sluggish as it is, and this is on my mind. I'm on the phone, distracted. Got through some squats, did some bench press. I actually got the bench set up as well. I got the Rogue bench yesterday. Got that set up. Got the weight tree set up. As I'm doing this, I'm looking at the floors, and I'm like, man, what am I doing, man? What am I doing? Okay, so there isn't a link, but there's a country, and there's countries across Europe that are flat out banned it. So where there's fire, there's going to be smoke. And even though maybe the evidence is not 100% correlation, some people, some experts around the globe feel like it's a hazard, and they've removed it. And a lot of the times, I don't know if you guys feel the same way, a lot of the times Scandinavian countries are way ahead of the rest of the world, man. Like the healthcare systems, from my vantage point, seem to be much more advanced. And so there usually are trailblazers in a lot of these fields. So I thought, man, the Dutch have cancelled it, got rid of it. Here I am breathing these fumes. And this is the power of the mind. And then I start thinking more about it. And I start kind of thinking about the last week that I've used it. after 2 hours of it, I can actually start to taste the freaking the rubber smell. I can start to taste it. So microscopically, down to the freaking atom, I'm sure I'm breathing this crap in. There's aromatic compounds that are floating around in the damn air from this gas, whatever the freaking compounds are, and the compounds are many, many. Tire industry, the tire manufacturing is a heavy, heavy process. Anyway, this is all rolling up in my mind, and then I get a headache, and I'm freaking got a weird taste in my mouth, and I'm like, man, what the hell am I doing? Maybe my kids have got the same thing, and they're not saying anything. They're too young to even recognize the difference. So I thought, you know what? My dad was in the backyard. I said, Dad, help me out. I'm going to pull all this out. So I pulled it all out. And I literally have no idea what to do now. I just got these freaking amazing plates yesterday. I was so excited. Now I've got these plates and I've got concrete flooring underneath. So I'm stuck, man. I have no idea what to do. In this whole kind of like research that I did, I looked up Netherlands. I looked up Dutch gyms around the country, and they've got gym flooring seemingly. So they've discontinued it. They've banned it for kids in the football parks. Also, children's playgrounds all around Australia, and I'm sure all around the world, they've got these rubber flooring all over it. They're out in the heat, and that's another thing that I've noticed in the garage. Like today, very, very hot. On hotter days, I feel the smell is worse. So today I'm copping it sweetly, smelling the hell out of it. It's really becoming like noticeable. On cooler days, cooler mornings when I'm training, I don't smell it as much. On hotter days, I feel like the gas is released way more. So I've made a decision. I've made a decision to take it out, and I don't know what I'm going to do next, but I'm kind of stuck. To be honest with you, I'm stuck. I don't know what to do, but I don't know. That flooring that I had was no good. I've got kids around, so I'll go back to the concrete and I'll think about something for deadlifting. I don't know what, but I'll think of something. Anyway, guys, I have to get out of here. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.